Yeah, some of the biggest concerns that we see in the urban landscape are proper tree installation and mulching. When it comes to tree installations, you have to think long term. If a customer wants a spruce tree, but they want it planted in a wet area, that may not be the best tree for that location. So we think about the right tree for the right place, and we think into the future, knowing what the tree's habit is and the size that it'll be, when it's fully mature. And then mulching. Trees often are seen with mulch volcanoes. It's when mulch is piled up on the base of the trunk, it's not good for the tree. As a tree ages, the size of the mulch ring should come out. And when you're looking at a tree, you should see the root flare. So at the base, the tree should have an angle, and that's how you tell that trees are installed, the proper depth, and that the mulch is also properly installed. Should trees be pruned in the winter? Are there any advantages or disadvantages to pruning? Yeah, actually, there is. In certain cases, winter pruning is the only option. When it comes to oak trees or elm trees, disease management is key. With elms, you have Dutch elm disease, and with oaks, you have oak wilt. Both of them are fungal pathogens that, the way to avoid the high risk is that you prune them during the winter when the vector is not active. So that's one case, for disease management. You have to do that in the wintertime. The other is that in the wintertime, you can evaluate the structure of a tree very easily. You can easily see into the canopy, look for broken, cracked, or hanging limbs, and it's a great time to evaluate structure, especially before spring when, you oftentimes get heavy winds, the leaves come back out, you may get a late ice storm. So winter is a great time to prune and evaluate your trees. Do you just prune and remove trees? No, actually, we do more than that. We're not just tree climbers, tree pruners. We're actually consultants. Our experts come to your property and we look at the big picture. We sell proactive care. We do fertilizer, deep root fertilizer, plant health care for pests and disease, and our goal is to keep your plants healthy, not react when it's too late. If we come to your property and we're looking at a dead tree, chances are we weren't doing routine inspections, and that's our goal, is to keep trees healthy and viable. Can we tell if a tree is dead in the winter? Yeah, actually we can. Our experts are, it comes down to experience, really. Our people have been in the company for so long, been in the industry for so long, it takes a trained eye. But when you're inspecting a tree in the wintertime, it's clear to an arborist what's alive and what's dead. You can look at the bark and notice whether it's peeling or there's fungus, like mushrooms coming out. That'll indicate dead. If you look at the twigs, you can notice whether or not there's buds at the end. The buds symbolize a live branch. If there are no buds, then oftentimes it's easy to determine what's dead and alive. And if you're up in the tree as a climber or someone in an aerial lift, you get a better view. So, once again, we preach proactive measures. We want to prune it before it's too late, but it's easy to tell whether or not a tree is dead or alive or a branch is dead or alive in the wintertime. Does weather and temperatures change, or how does it affect trees? Well, actually, it does, and it affects trees differently. So, in certain cases, it can cause an earlier bloom, or it can affect a pest life cycle. And we at Davy Tree, our experts, we keep track on things. There's growing degree days, and there's other indicators in nature that help you key in on when trees need help from pest management or fertilizer perspective. Should trees be fertilized? Yes, especially trees in the urban landscape. You're dealing with compacted soil. Organic matter is cleaned up off the grounds every year, so the trees don't get the benefit of the broken down, recycled organic matter. So Arbor Green Pro, it's a synthesized organic fertilizer. It's delivered 8 to 12 inches into the root zone. It'll help break up compacted soils, and it'll deliver a slow-release nitrogen that was designed for trees and shrubs by our company throughout the whole year. You can do it any time of year. It's a great investment. It's the best thing we provide our customers with is Arbor Green Pro. What's the difference in tree companies? What's the Davy difference? Well, first of all, Davy's got a great reputation. They've been around since the 1800s. So, best reputation in the industry. Just ask anybody you know. Expert advice, our people are trained. We have resources. We have the Davy Institute of Tree Science. We have plant healthcare manuals. We have disease and pest diagnosis manuals. All of our recommendations are based on research. So we pride ourselves in that and the expert advice. And we provide a premium value. We What we provide our customers is very clear. It's advice that people can understand. We make it very clear the services we're providing, and we review that with our customers. We follow through on anything, any aspect of our service that people aren't happy with until you're happy, and that's the Davy difference. And does Davy have a website? Yes. Davy.com. It's a great website. It's full of resources that will back our recommendations. You go on Davy.com, you search information about Japanese beetle or aphids or mites, or even a disease like cytospora canker. There's so much information on the website that you can use as a customer to verify our recommendations, and that's what people want. They want to be confident, they want to know what they're getting, and that's what our company's resources will show you. And Davy is the largest employee-owned company in Ohio and one of the largest in the country. We have over 9,000 employees nationwide and in Canada.